What's good, dogs of the world? Can you like zoom this thing out? iPhone cam. I'm going to the Knicks game, courtside. I don't spend money, ever. My mom's like, wow, this is the first time you're actually treating yourself or something. I'm gonna be courtside at a Knicks game, and I'm gonna see Luka.
Yes, sir. I had to get it.
Speaking of that, I just saw a car pulling. My train's about to leave in like 10 minutes, so I gotta make sure I don't miss that. Cause sometimes, one time I had pulled up to the train station with my mom. We were going to a J. Cole concert, I believe. It was the KOD tour, so I'm talking 2018. We were just barely missing the train, and my mom was so stupid. She's like, oh, let me get a coffee right before we hop on the train. And you know what happens is I was trying to like make a cool like interjection.
Young man can't talk. Shut up and hold this JaVale McGee photo.
We missed the train. I'm sitting there with one foot in the train, one foot out, trying to keep the door open. This dude pushes me off, like the railroad guy. I don't know. Oh, the train's pulling in right behind me. You can see it. And then we had to drive to the next couple train stations down to meet the train we were supposed to be at the train station, like down like 7 stops. So that was definitely an experience. I was just at the Knicks game a few days ago, not courtside, in like the 200 section. But my mom was scrolling Facebook and someone's like, hey, want to go to a Knicks Grizzlies game? Who wants to go? It's X amount of dollars for these tickets. Mama Facebook messages this lady like, oh, hey, let me get the tickets. And she's like, oh, for you, it's for free. You know, like typical like womanly. You ever like went to the drive-through with like your mom and your grandma and they fight over who's gonna pay? And it's like a $7 McDonald's bill. Like, dog, we'll be all right. Like, I don't.
All right, so let's get this party started, right? So first and foremost, you just see, I'm showing you my little angle. I just walked into the garden, basically got off the train, whatever. Here's Evan Fournier for a hot second shooting around. He had ended up signing some stuff for some fans on the sideline. And then I just watched Luka and also Derrick Rose and his son PJ. Here's me and my friend Chris right before Luka walks up. Chris, I put his Twitter up on the screen. He's fantastic. And I've known him for a couple of years now, and he's starting to make his way into the Knicks scene. And then Luka walks by. I give him a little high five because, you know, that's all I could. I didn't even realize he was walking by. It was a very sporadic thing. And I'm happy I even just high-fived the dog. Then you got William Wesley. Just thought I'd throw him in. You know, I learned the game from William Wesley. You can never check me. I just high-fived Luka. You know, of course, had to acknowledge that on Twitter because, yeah, and then throw the picture in there for proof. There's JaVale McGee. Cool guy. Stopped for a second. Wasn't too happy, at least so it seems. Clyde Frazier. Met him a couple of years ago. Didn't want to go harass him, but I clearly had to walk over to him. So, you know, shout out to him. Tracy Morgan. Low-key, he's there just as much, if not more than Spike Lee. And also who was there? Jim Hopper from Stranger Things. Yeah, cool. Here's all the Mavericks players walking out. So yet again, see everybody, Frank Ntilikina, Theo Pinson, and Tim Hardaway Jr. And last but not least, I take a double take backwards, waiting for Luka Doncic to await his, you know, whatever. RJ Barrett checking out the Clyde suit, had to get a little thing of that or whatever the hell. And the really funny moment here, Theo Pinson, I think the dude actually blocks it that's standing in front of me, throws a ball off of Julius Randle's back. Theo Pinson's the dude who was like dancing on the Nets bench mad years ago. He's just a funny bench guy in case you're like not fully in the NBA loop. I took a video of D Rose, you know, just chilling. And just as this latter half plays out, so look at this, right? So this is just the tip off and everything. And what I really noticed watching this game was how vividly you could hear everything, and also how hard it is as a player to be like aware of just, and you know, just a lot of things. The game feels like you're watching a pickup game at, like, if you're watching like a normal game at like the, you know, just a basketball court when you're this close to it. I know it's like Luka and all this stuff, but it just feels weird being this close to the game that you usually watch on TV or even just from higher up in the same arena. You hear all the players bickering to referees and the players talking trash. I saw Luka trash talking with a dude that was sitting courtside on the opposite side. I saw Thibodeau and heard him cursing out the refs on his way to one technical in this game.
Right in front of you.
And And yeah, it was definitely a wild experience. This is something I've always wanted to do. Here the hell is a couple pictures of Kemba and Obi Toppin and Luka and Julius Randle. I got a really good picture of Julius Randle. And speaking of pictures, a lot of people were sending me pictures of videos of me in the game. If you go and watch any YouTube highlight reel or whatever the hell of the game, I will be in it. And on top of that, last but not least, Luka put me on his Instagram. I am on a slide exclusively with Luka and Reggie Bullock. So yeah, I got that as well. So this has definitely been one hell of a experience, to say the very least. I appreciate the people that continue to support. It kind of baffles me. I'm pretty bad at YouTube, although I'm not really sure if there's a barometer for like being good at this either. Is there a barometer for being good at most things? I'll leave that question to you, and I'll catch you in the next one.